So the EB-2 visa is a immigrant visa, let's say. It's a green card, right? And it's intended for skilled workers, meaning if you have a master's degree or something foreign equivalent, meaning if you have a master's in Germany, or it is for someone with a bachelor's degree and then 5 years work experience within that field. So if you're in marketing, you should have 5 years experience in marketing and not, let's say, engineering. And that is what the green card is for. Of course, FYI, you do need a job basically offer for that type of green card. So the requirements are really that you have a job offer. That job offer is in your field. So if you're an engineer, it should be in engineering or in the field of engineering. It can get a bit complicated, but you couldn't potentially be a theater director with an engineering master's. And also you have basically a master's degree or you have a bachelor's degree with the 5 years working experience. So the EB-2 it differs because it is it's a green card, but it's an immigrant visa, meaning you're intended to live there in the United States and have that as your domicile, so live there forever, really. It is a long process, and we can go over that shortly, but it really is intended for people who want to permanently live in the United States. So the two subcategories are really going to be the skilled worker. So if you have your degrees, your master's or your bachelor's, there is another category that's based on extraordinary ability. And this could mean similar to, and not to be confused with an EB-1A, but something where you are high up, because I don't want to use the term extraordinary, but somewhere where you are in a category that's at a higher level than potentially normal. So have you and your work been in the press? Do you have a high salary? Are you known in your field? And so this is a much harder category to get into, but it is possible. Honestly, the reason for denials of an EB-2 so the process itself is quite long. One, you have a job application, you have your master's degree, that's perfect. But then you go through this PERM process that is it's basically a labor certification. That labor certification, you have small numbers, numbers, categories into what your job is, how you are skilled. And if the person completing that application messes up just on one of those numbers or does something where it's out of the timeline, you basically have to restart or it's rejected. So the PERM process is the most important step of the EB-2. I would say everyone should be having a lawyer when they're filing their PERM process because it is such a complicated procedure. Once you have the PERM and then you file the I-140, that means that's the basis petition for the EB-2. Officers can review to see, are you actually skilled or not? Those are the times that we see potential denials, and you start over again. So Vinheller is the team that really reviews to see if you actually qualify for the EB-2. So should we even start this really long process? Because the PERM process could last around 18 months to 2 years, right? And you want to then make sure that you're getting everything correct in that time frame, because if not, you basically just wasted 18 months and you have to start again. So we make sure everything is correct, compliant by US law, and the only way to do that is really to have a US lawyer.